All right, so I actually reached out to you guys on a different unboxing video and asked you guys what would be a suggested title for this pair of sneakers right here. And a person named Imran had the most thumbs up comments, so shout out to him and everybody else that left a comment. But the winner was, is this another overhyped Air Jordan 1 high? And I gotta say, it's a really good title because it's a really good question. So let's go ahead and get into the video and show you guys these things right here. What is going on, guys? Hess here, collectivekicks.com. If you guys would like to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description, and happy shopping. But this video is about this pair of Air Jordan 1 sneakers right here. And now I've seen these restocked like 50 times on different foot sites and whatnot, but this is the shoe, and it took me probably 3 weeks from Nike to actually get my pair. It took me a super long time. So this is a pair of Air Jordan 1 sneakers, as you can see, and the official, I guess unofficial name is dubbed the Royal Toes. On the colors of the box, it says black, black, white, and game royal. But there's a couple reasons why the naming convention of this shoe is a little bit confusing, and the color blocking isn't exactly the same as some of the other ones that we've seen. Regardless of that, it is definitely a nice color blocking. It reminds people of the fragment ones, and I'll get into more of that in just a minute. But this was a pretty massive GR, meaning it's a general release, and it was widely available at a lot of different sites in pretty decent quantities from what it sounds like as well. And you know, the first couple words that I heard from these is that the quality was really good, and I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but when you say the quality of the Air Jordan 1 is like good or bad quality leather, like really comparatively, we're talking about other Air Jordan 1 sneakers, because the truth of the matter is most of the leather on the Air Jordan 1 shoes are just not very good leather. It's not top grain leather on pretty much any of these Air Jordan 1 sneakers, at least the GR versions. They did have some pinnacle pairs that were probably higher quality, but those were like $300 or $400. But on average, they're just not that good of quality of leather. That's kind of where we get our baseline when people say, yeah, it's good quality or bad quality. They're comparing only to the other Air Jordan 1s most likely. And when I got these in hand, I was like, you know what? The quality is not that good. Like, it's mediocre. Like, it's good for this year, I guess. At the end of the day, it looks very manufactured. And what I refer to on this channel is McDonald's quality leather, meaning that there's no actual flaws and feel to the leather. It's just usually really smooth and flawless in a sense, sort of like a McDonald's hamburger. You get one in one state, you get one in the other, and McDonald's Big Mac is pretty much made the exact same way. That's kind of the vibe I get off of these. They over-manufacture these to the point where it looks like you get pretty much synthetic leather on the entire upper. Now, a lot of people have mentioned another YouTuber named Rose Anvil, and I did watch a couple of his videos, really good stuff on leather, and he mentioned some of the leather on some of the Air Jordan 1s that he reviewed was actually synthetic leather. And I wish that they would actually have a disclaimer on the box of just what parts are leather and what are not. Like, it would be cool to know, yeah, this is a leather shoe or this is a synthetic leather, because ultimately a regular consumer out there is not going to know if it's leather or not. It's assumed that the entire thing is leather since part of it is, but obviously that's not what they end up doing. And I do have a pair of the shattered backboards here just for comparison, and the leather is really crazy nice comparison to this. It's just really soft and buttery feeling comparison to the synthetic feeling of the bread toes that we have here. So just to give you a general overview of the upper and the color blocking of the shoe, you have royal blue on the toe, you have royal blue underneath the wing panels and the top back section of the shoe, and that's pretty much it for the royal on the upper, minus the soles. You do have that royal blue on the sole as well. You have a white midsole and white paneling underneath the swoosh, and then also white Wings logo and white Nike Air. This is actually a leather pull tab though, not nylon. You do have a nylon tongue similar to the rest of the Air Jordan 1s. And then you have black leather around the toe and then all up through the laces. And then the back panel and the Nike swooshes are also in black. But really there's not a lot of royal blue to the shoe. There's just a couple small elements. So drop a like on the video if you're with me and just don't like the naming convention of calling these the Royal Toes. Part of the reason why I don't love the name Royal Toe is because it doesn't have the same color blocking as the bread toes from a Jordan brand that they already released. So the bread toes have red on the toe box and then red on the soles, just like the Royal Toes. However, the back section is where it changes up quite a bit. Instead of these two panels right here in black, those are actually red. And then the underlay panels right here are actually black. But on the Royal Toe pair, they totally flip those. So it doesn't have the same blocking, which is why I don't really love the name. And for those wondering, the shattered backboards have that same sort of color blocking as well, with the toe and then the back panel and then the sole, but obviously they changed things up right here. So I think the naming convention is a little bit off. I mean, from the back section, these look more like the gym reds, as you could see here, minus the swoosh is a different color. on the red one versus this one has a black swoosh. Now, they couldn't have gone with Game Royal either because Game Royal is already taken as well. Another thing that people think about when they talk about these shoes right here is the Fragment ones. The color blocking is different on the Fragment ones, but the colors do look pretty similar, so I can see why people would call it that. The Fragment ones have blue on the back panel, and that's pretty much it. The rest is black and white. But I do like that Jordan Brand gave us another one that we can customize if we wanted to. You can make this into a Royal, you can make this into a Fragment, and basically anything with the blue sole on this pair of sneakers. And now for overall quality and just for color contrast, so you could see, this is the Royals from 17, this is the Royals from 2020. Now the black leather quality on the old Royals is actually not very good at all, but the blue leather is really nice. Like, it's really soft and it feels good and just buttery like we want to see. However, these older pairs with the black have like some glitter effect problems on them, which I don't know what final coat Jordan Brand did on those Jordans, but it must have been terrible because it's affected a lot of pairs, including Shatter Backboards and other Air Jordans from this era. But hands down, the quality of leather is better on these than on these, and these cost me like $10 more. So bringing it back to the question in the title of the video, is this another overhyped Air Jordan 1? And I would say yes, for the most part. There's a lot of Air Jordan 1s out there, and there's a lot of them that get lost in translation. This is one that seems to have caught a wave. I don't know necessarily why. Drop a comment in the comment section if you know why this one has caught that wave or not. This pair is reselling for about $265 at the point of this video in my size, men's 9.5. The Game Royals though is actually only going for like $240 or so. So these are actually reselling for more than that. The bread toes are selling for like $600 or so, which is crazy. I don't see how these will hit that type of caliber of sneaker, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I don't see these appreciating that much. It's just another one I think is going to get lost in translation. Personally, I wish they would actually do a Royal color blocking, and if they're going to call it Royal toe, I mean, make it look like the bread toe. But I guess that's a positive and negative for companies naming their products instead of them just organically being named. But what do you think about these Game Royals? Is it a pair that you guys copped or not? Was it something that you just struck out on and you were looking to buy? I was debating on whether or not I was going to keep these because I do have a ton of different Air Jordan 1s in the backdrop already. And I do have the Royals already. But you know, I actually do like the color blocking of these, minus the fact that the leather quality is not very good. I think that the color blocking is actually pretty decent. Is it overhyped? Yeah, I think so. Will it go down? Who knows? I don't think it's going to go up to the bread toe hype, but I do feel like they're a good looking pair of Air Jordan 1s. If you're looking for quality though, there's better quality Air Jordan 1s out there if you care about that. I didn't do an on-feet section in this video because I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be keeping these. I actually might sell them and then just use some of the extra profits towards another pair of sneakers that I'm gunning for. I'm hoping to actually get the Chunky Dunkies eventually if the prices go down a little bit more, because I just don't want to pay as much as they are. But I'm trying to actually wait until August until I pull the trigger on that. So we'll see if I actually make that happen. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the Royal Toe 1s. I really do think we should come up with a better name. If you had a better name for these, like what would we call them? I don't really know. And also, am I missing the mark? Is there another Air Jordan 1 that has the exact same color blocking as this? Because if there was another one before this, I just would be curious to see if they make a bunch of different ones in the same color blocking like this. Anyways, hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. If you guys have suggestions for future videos on my channel, drop a comment in the comment section. Like the comments if you see a video idea that you really like. Also, you guys see a wall of sneakers behind me. Back in the day, I did a Throwback Thursday video where I showed you guys a random pair of sneakers from my collection and did kind of an up-to-date review on them. If you guys actually want me to restart that series, I'm considering doing that. So leave a comment and let me know if you also would like to see that happen, because I'm sure there's a lot of sneakers that I have in my collection that most of you guys have never heard of, and then there's some of them that, like, everybody knows that they would just maybe want to hear an updated video on. But figured I'd start to try to think outside of the box a little bit more with some of my content. I'm hitting that spot again where I need to start reevaluating and re-evolving my content. But anyway, this is this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.